Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
And welcome to a very exciting topic of my version of Talking Heads on USA Global TV and Radio. And guess what? We are now in partnership with E360 TV. So a warm welcome to all the new viewers and listeners of E360 TV. And of course, our regular listeners and our viewers of USA Global TV and Radio. Let's get on with today's subject or topic of conversation. With the world that's going on at the moment, there's so much craziness in the outer world. There really is. I was almost compelled this week to wake up and have certain words that was circulating my mind and on my heart as well. And that's why I received the topic for today's Talking Heads. Usually I receive the topic usually a day before, or maybe actually on the day, which really surprises Dr. Jacqueline. But I received this topic on Monday, last Monday. And the topic is welcoming the light or feed the fear. Your soul choice. Now that's quite a handful, isn't it? It's quite a lot to understand as well. And I was thinking it was a lot to understand. As we're going back about the world right now, the world is currently in turmoil. There's so much event, so much tragic, so much economic bad stage that we're all in, economically, wealth. There's the big rich and the big dividing poor. There's all what's happening with the weather today and having innocent lives taken away or swept away within the mass hysteria and tragic earthquakes. Our very own loved ones and friends who are departing and who have departed. We have no understanding of this. And to be honest, it's best to leave it and surrender the understanding to the universe and all that is. What we can do, however, on a collective humanity consciousness, we have to try now at least to welcoming the light and try as each day goes by, each second, each hour, be focused and try not to feed and fuel the fear. Problem is, we have been surviving as humanity throughout the years in this life and our previous lives, where we were focused on, how can I say, survival of the fittest, competing, who is the best, keeping up with the Joneses, who has the best material goods, who is the one that's throwing the best party. Everything competing, everything separated, segregated, instead of working in unity. We have now come to the point in humanity that 3D, now 3D means life as we know it, the old belief system, as in survival, as in opposition, as in segregation, separateness. We have now arrived at that point where it's important now that we have to begin to open our hearts. We have to begin to use our hearts, our intelligence of our hearts. So we're not going to operate from ego. Ego is separation and competition and being the best at what you can be, whether that's competing or being destructive. The world, as in the earth, which is a planetary being, Gaia, Mother Earth, went through planetary, how can I say, planetary different energies where a huge amount of light descended into the crystalline core of Mother Earth. And this crystalline energy, this light, came here to light up the shadows, to light up anything that has been hidden. Now, going back to present day, we're all looking at all this mass chaos and everything that the news is reporting, and the crumbling of certain globalizations and systems. It all is happening because we are now into that new energy. We are now having to operate and function and make a decision by connecting to our true self, not the ego self, not the mask, but the true authentic self, your soul, your inner voice. This is what counts now. The problem is with the light, it's not a problem actually, but because it highlights everything that has been hidden. Okay, let's say, for example, you've led a life of destructive patterns upon yourself and upon others, because let's say you had your addictions. You were addicted to whether it was drink or whether it was lust, having lots of partners, addicted to being narcissistic, any kind of low vibratory feeling. Let's say you were this, and you started to wake up and realize the power within you and realize there's more to life than being this destructive human. When the light is shining into the crystalline energy of Mother Earth and shining from up into the surface and shining around everywhere where there is no shadow, illuminates everything. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to illuminate what is now. No, it means it illuminates everything, because everything is multidimensional. Everything is there's the linear time, which is how we operate as human collective in a 3D, linear. However, the light, when it's implemented, it operates multi-dimensional selves. That means not only in linear, but that means in past, and illuminates the future. However, we are making our future anyway. We are creating, co-creating, creating our future. So let's go to the past. If you have done any kind of behavior like this, and you've had, let's say, therapy, and you've gone through this, and you've almost like forgiven yourself, and you feel, yeah, I'm there now. I don't need to bring this up anymore. With the light, it needs to be removed from your DNA. It needs to be removed from your cellular system, because every event, emotionally draining, emotionally triggering pain, is knee deep in your cellular system. And the cellular system is where you have your light body. So everything is energy. So we have flesh, bones, physicality. Then we have our light body, the energy. And all that pain is stored there, and in your physical body as well. So because we're going from a carbon-based, heavy, dense embodiment body, we are now arising and metamorphosing, changing, transcending into a crystalline light body. And with the crystalline light body, which is our higher consciousness, our higher light body that descends into our physical body. So we will be living from our inner world and outer world, but in our light body rather than the carbon-based. Carbon-based bodies was purely for survival, competing, greed, and power. However, light bodies is about co-creation, constructive, building, abundance, love, higher light, everything that is constructive and high in vibration. In a light body, if you still, you will not, how can I say? Okay, you will not ascend fully into your light body, purely because there is still the remnants and the toxins of fear, the low vibration. So the usual common ones are gossiping, criticism, blame, judgmental, and condemning. All of this carries heavy. It's low vibration. When we're moving as humanity now into our lighter crystalline bodies, the light is, how can I say, more powerful. And what it does, it has to trigger the shadows and the heavy density that's within our cellular DNA system. So it needs to remove that. And that's why you're going to be feeling so many different emotions, and you're going to feeling, am I going backwards? Why am I feeling the same pain? Why is it returning to me after I thought I've already dealt with it? In fact, I actually give out courses and therapy on how to overcome all this. How come I'm receiving the emotional pain of it? Again, what's going on? Don't worry. You just got to surrender it. It means there may be some part of you that hasn't actually forgiven. You see, forgiveness sets us free. Now, you can't just say, oh, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive myself for this, because, you know, you do your cut cords and cleansing to remove the impurification, right? The thing is, this is quite difficult, actually. It's quite complex to express this. And there's no script here. So please go along with me here. You have to say, if there is anything within me, around me, that is not serving my higher purpose, I ask now through, you could say, through my I am presence, which is God divinity, or I ask the angels who carry sacred fire to come in and remove all this toxic energy. Let's call it discordant. All this discordant energy that is not in alignment with my true self. This is what you have to do. So when you welcome in the light and you're having these, it's almost like deja vu of certain feelings of sadness and depression and pain. It's to do with, you should rejoice it, because it means you are now ready mentally, emotionally, and physically and spiritually to now deal with this, because there's the last remnants. We are now in the golden age. The golden age commenced 2012, and it entered the Earth's atmosphere. Invisible to our eyes and invisible. It was just the beginning for planet Earth, Gaia. Then there's called the way showers, who had to wake up. They had to wake up because it was their soul choice. They came here to be the way showers, to wake up and live a high vibrational life, even though the world still was operating knee deep in 3D. However, the most complex and difficult part of the journey now are for those hearts, those people that are questioning what's going on, nothing's making sense anymore. And that is because your soul has agreed a soul contract to wake up in this lifetime. Not everyone is going to wake up. Because remember, we have to welcome everyone, even those that feed the fear, because it's those that feed the fear that volunteered to stay within that fear, to help others cross into the light. So instead of us judging, condemning, who are we to judge those people that still feed the fear? It's all part of the whole divine plan. So it's important right now for you to have that inner space, have that inner time, and just start to connect with your heart, connect with a higher intelligence. Now, if you are at that point where you're saying, yes, but how do I do it? Well, I'm going to show you something. I feel that I am very much qualified. I woke up in 2012. I went through major things in my life, life-threatening, lots of lessons, karmic lessons, and current lessons. I'm not saying that I'm there. Far from it. In fact, if I do, then I shouldn't really be on this planet. But what I'm going to say is that I got together with a beautiful Dr. Jacqueline, and we came up with these wonderful courses on the power of elevated courses, how to listen to your inner voice. We have the music, voice, and listening, which is a fun course and helps you to connect to what you really want in your life and how to affirm what you want and visualize what you want in your life to bring it through, to manifest. That is all fun and role play. So that's music, voice, and listening. The next course is really applicable right now in these times, especially if you're at that point of life saying, it's not making sense anymore. It's not making sense. And that is transition, facing the shadow of self, where we will take you on a journey to explore and look at the shadows, understand the shadows that's going on in the 3D world, to how it's affected us on a karmic level, on a multidimensional level, and in a linear time level. It's fun, it's serious, it's focused, it's eye-opening. It's important now, especially if you're at that point where nothing's making sense. You need to have, or at least the choice, to be able to have the tools and find and become the highest potential of what you can be and become. I am a soul heart, creative heart awakened. And with that, with the courses, everyone in this life has a soul purpose, whether it's for the light or whether it's for the fear. It's all part of the divine plan. However, you need to know where you're at. You need to know where you're going without anyone judging, blaming you, condemning you, gossiping about you. You have to understand how to manifest things into your life. Now, wealth is not just about money and finance. Wealth is about health wealth, creativity wealth. It's all energy. And myself and Dr. Jacqueline will take you on this journey. And you can study all these courses in your own space at home from $40, $39, and you will receive 1 hour. It's time now to tune in to your world, because it's not worked by going to look at films and celebrities and filling your life with all this and filling your life with escapism. It's not going to work now, because I tell you this, and I'm being absolutely God's honest, God the Father, Mother's truth. We as a human collective consciousness are now getting our bill from the universe. Yes. We have to help ourselves. They have given the light. They have shown the higher power of our love, but it's up to us as a collective humanity to save humanity, to bring it into a higher vibration, because Earth, she's moved on and we have to catch up to her and we have to look after her. But that's for another conversation. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan. I've thoroughly enjoyed expressing welcome the light or feed the fear. It's your soul's choice. You can find me on LinkedIn, Dr. Madalene Chan, or you can find me definitely on usaglobaltv.com/education for the courses. I will see you next week. Much love, everyone. Celebrate the love and celebrate the light, or continue with the fear. Your choice. Bye-bye. Thank you, E360 TV. Bye.